What did you learn, and did you or how did you carry this forward?
That's an excellent question. I didn't take those lessons immediately. It was much later in my life when I recognized somewhat that work ethic and the dedication and loyalty, and so it was that ability to be able to set goals and dreams. And so as I began to appreciate what they had left, if anything, it was those values. My dad definitely instilled education as being very, very important. I didn't realize that until the year that he passed, which was 2010. How much education was of value to him. 2010 was significant as well, that a week after he passed, that I earned a master's in business administration. And when I received my master's degree at that ceremony of around 6,000 people, my sisters were in the audience and I knew where they were sitting. And I dedicated that degree, to my dad, mostly because of the significance it had to him, and my mom for helping my dad throughout his life. And education to him was so important that he ensured that we all had our grade 12. And never had I dreamed at that time when I was in grade 12 that I would go for my master's degree. And as I did my undergraduate degree, I wanted to get honors. As I completed my bachelor's, I wanted to get honors. I knew that I would go on for my master's, I just didn't know when. And in the back of my mind, I just wanted to be an honor student. I did my master's, and I made the dean's list one fall. And that was just so phenomenal to receive a letter from the dean saying that I was on the honors list for this term. My master's degree, I believe, going through that, was somewhat an epitome of what my parents had instilled. It was almost like I grew up at that time, because it took many, many years to get there. I learned a ton of lessons along the way, and my life was not as easy as it could have been. The choices that I made and so forth. And so, I believe in the last few years that I've really began to appreciate in a way that I had never appreciated my parents. And it really began to sink in when I moved back to the NAS. And it began to sink in and really take effect, so to speak, in the recognition of their life, why they thought education was so important. It was competing in a world that had technical background, far more ability, so to speak, just to be able to advance oneself. And so it was, I think, in my dad's mind that you had to get that education so that you are able to be on an even competitive kind of level. Because our world as Nisga'a people have evolved. We live somewhat in the mix of worlds. We have the foundation and the sustenance of the culture. However, we have so many competing elements out there, and so it's like recognizing what can I take that's of value from the world out there to enhance the lifestyle here. And so I think it's really about that.